reading. The first card you have, your past, is the Four of Wands. I love this, beautiful. I love that you've got this first, really, really nice. I'm getting, yeah, I'm seeing acceptance. It's like you're accepted in, come through these ones, you're being accepted. That's the kind of thing I'm getting here. So, you know, I know this can be the marriage card, but I'm not seeing any love here. This is about being accepted. It feels like a beginning. It feels like this is the start. It's like, now this is a start. I can go through these ones. Everything's going to open up for me. You know, I can really see it. It's all in front of me. Really, really positive. Very, very beautiful card. If you've been accepted into something, you know, it might be a job or a course of study, it could be anything. It's something that's going to open up a big new path for you, a whole different path. It's a way more positive path than the one you're on now. I'm getting this turnaround. It feels like turning around. Something turned around. I think something turned around in your mind. You know, I think, yeah, your mind and your emotions as well. You know, the number 4 can be about turning around, coming around full circle. So if this is you, I think for a while, before you're accepted into this, I think there are a lot of doubts in your mind. Because if you look at the women on this card, they're waving. It's like, come through, come through. They're saying, come through to these wands, or come through the wands to us, I should say. And, you know, but they're in the distance, they're far away. So we're far away from them. So there was hesitation. It was like, oh, should I go through? Should I stay here? Should I stay on this side? Should I go on the other side? Am I good enough to go through? Am I capable of going through? Am I capable of doing this? So there was a lot of nervousness, a few doubts. You know, and I think even after you applied, or whatever this process was, whatever this is, I think you still had a lot of doubts. You know, if you have actually been accepted by now into this already, it was probably a surprise that you were. You're probably, oh, I didn't think I'd ever get this. And if you have applied for something and you're still waiting on the result, if that's what's happening, obviously this is a really, really good sign for you, because look at the roof on this castle. It's like a conical roof and it's red. So it's like a big red arrow and it's pointing up. It's saying, you're on the way up, you're on the way up. So this looks really good for you. I'm also getting this, I know this is in the past, but it feels immediate. It feels like it's happening now. And it feels as if I have to tell you this now. I have to say this message now. It's for someone. Obviously not for everyone. It's just going to be for a few people, or maybe even one. I don't know. If you're looking to purchase a house or rent a home or something, some other big purchase, but I am seeing houses, homes. If there's something you like and everything's perfect, everything seems fine, but then you're kind of procrastinating, you're holding back for no real reason, don't sit and wait for too long, because I think your options or your time window or something, it's going to start narrowing soon. It might, you know, other people might get this, snap this up before you, or you might lose time, or someone might put the price up suddenly and you've lost, and you could have said yes before and now you come in to say yes again and oh, the price is up. It might be something like that. There are these two little narrow sections. If you look at these wands, these two little narrow sections of the wands, in between each narrow section you can see a house. So it's like time's narrowing, time's closing in on this home. So just watch out for that. You know, I'm not saying rush out and buy something just because you feel like buying it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, you know, if you're in contact with someone, whether it's an agent or someone who's selling or something like that, keep in contact, keep talking to them, and, you know, don't be distant. So just keep close contact, and, you know, if everything's right, if everything's perfect, go for whatever this is. That's what I'm seeing in that card. Okay, so the next card you have, your past, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, I keep on seeing acceptance, application, acceptance, because this can be about writing, this can be about a proposal, it can be about things like that, this card. So, you know, if you've applied for something and you're still waiting to hear back from this, it might take a little bit longer for the result to come in for you, because I'm seeing, I'm seeing a panel of people, I'm seeing people just talking about things, kind of deciding, you know, it might be that there are only a few places and they're kind of not sure who's going to get the last place, might be something like that. it's like two people are kind of disagreeing on who they want to say yes to or no to or whatever, because this can be about opposing sides. So it does look good. It really does look good. You've got the Four of Wands. So, but there's some kind of weight here. People are taking longer to decide. So there's a bit of anxiety around this, but it does feel good to you. I just feel as if I have to tell you not to worry about this, because I am seeing this Four of Wands. So yeah, that's just what I'm seeing there. Excuse me, there's something else here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's a picture here. It's like it's a picture. Yeah, it feels horrible. There are two people in this picture, and yeah, there's a shock. There's a shock, or there was a shock around this. Maybe you saw a picture, and or something, and it was a big shock. It just came out of nowhere. You didn't choose to see this. It was just in front of your face. It feels like an invasion of space, actually. That's how it feels. It's like I saw this and it's invading my space. It's a big shock. Horrible. It might be that you saw this on your phone, on social media, maybe. That's where a lot of these photos come up, that just, on your news feed, they just come up and you don't have a say in what's there. It just comes up. Yeah, this is about clarity as well, this card, and cutting things out. You've got this big sword here. So I think maybe to save your sanity, to stop yourself from feeling horrible about this, you might have just, you might have blocked someone. It feels very drastic, though. It feels very dramatic. It feels worse than that. So it feels quite serious, actually. So you might have even gotten right off all social media for a while. You might have said, no, I'm not looking at anything. Because even if I've blocked them, someone else might post it, or they might do something. I just don't want to see that ever again. It's like that. No, I'm not going near any of that ever again. Just no. So yeah, you'll come back to whatever this is, but I think for this time, it was a real no. I'm turning my back on this. I'm cutting it out for now. And yeah, I think seeing this might have made you realise something about this person or about someone in this picture. It feels like you suspected something, but this kind of confirmed it. Seeing this confirmed it, because this is clarity. This is pure clarity, this card. Yeah, it's horrible. I'm getting this horrible feeling when I look at this. It's like, what, it feels like a stab with this big sword, like a sword was going through you. I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm really feeling this. It's like a stab in your heart. It's like you saw this, like, oh, horrible. So, if this is you, it's horrible. I'm sorry you went through that. But you're absolutely right to protect yourself and protect your emotions from all of this. Yeah, this might sound a bit strange, but I'm getting attention. I don't know whether it's... Okay, I'm just going to say this. It might be that this picture, or whatever this was put there for you. For you to see, I should say. Now, it might not be, but I just had to say that because I was just seeing that out of nowhere. It just came. I don't know what their motivation is. It might be you. Might be getting attention seeking. But all I know is you're way better off. You're way better off. It just feels very down, very draining. So yeah, protect yourself from this energy. You're absolutely right to do that. Okay, so yeah, the last card you passed is the Fool. So with this picture and this person in the Ace of Swords, I think you'd already removed yourself away from them physically, but emotionally it was a little bit different. That's how it feels to me, and I think that's why it was such a shock, because you still weren't quite over whatever this was emotionally. It was like, okay, I haven't seen them, I don't want to see them, I'm doing everything I can not to see them, and then this comes up and you feel like, oh, there they are, it's that kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. But that doesn't mean you're not over things. It just means that you got a shock and a surprise, that's all. So don't stress about this too much. I know it's horrible, it feels horrible. And I think you're keeping a lot of your emotions to yourself as well, and you're moving on in your own way. But you still had some of these emotions around you, because this Fool's obviously, obviously he's moving forward, but he's carrying things with him. So he's still bringing some of his past with him on his journey. He's got these belongings that he's carrying with him on this stick there. So he's And they come from his past. He's packed up his belongings from his past. He's carrying them with him. So yeah, so you've still got some of these emotions that you're carrying on from your past, and you know that. It just takes time to get, for them to catch up, I think, sometimes. And okay, here's someone here. This is if you're single. There's someone coming up for you in love. Now, they might connect through this studying. It doesn't have to be that, but I'm saying that because there's so much yellow in this card, and yellow can be about intellect. And yeah, there might be an age gap between you, I think, or there are a few other unconventional things about them as well, I think, but I don't think you mind that. You're quite creative, you're a free person, you're a free spirit, so I think you've got an open mind, you're open to different things. I can't see what the outcome is, but yeah, they're going to be really interested in you, especially in the beginning, more than you are them in the beginning, but I think then you might be interested. But it's a bit like, coming from you, it feels a bit like, oh, I wasn't expecting this, and that's what the Fool does. He does the unexpected. I'm getting good feelings around this. There's a lot of springtime, spring feelings. It feels fun. Yeah, it feels positive. So that's looking really good coming up for you if you're single. So very, very nice, very different person, very unusual energy. Okay, so the first card you have for your presence, the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so there's a little bit more of this distancing happening here. I'm getting this, I just want to distance myself. I just don't feel like being around these people. I just want to keep quiet. I don't like that. There's nothing terrible about them. I just don't feel like this. So that's the kind of thing I'm getting here. A lot of people are getting this in their readings. It's everywhere. This need to kind of protect yourself from unwanted attention, comments, things like, even if they're not negative. It's just, I don't really feel like having this attention on me. I don't want this. That's how this feels. There is a slightly patronizing feel around this, actually. It's because this can be about not being taken seriously sometimes. And he looks a little bit like a jester. I'm getting family. I'm getting backwards and forwards conversations, like these two coins going up and down, up and down. It feels a little bit intrusive, like intrusive questions, nosy questions. Yeah, I think there might be a family gathering coming up or something like that. I don't know if they're purposely being intrusive, these people. And what it might be is maybe you have memories of people being like this in the past around you, like your family around these gatherings. They might have given you some difficult questions in the past. They might have judged you for things. I'm actually getting this feeling of being made to feel small. It's like, oh, they make me feel really small, or they try to make me feel small. And look at this man's hat. It's making him look taller than he actually is. So he feels small, and he's trying to wear this hat to make himself look bigger. So yeah, someone making you feel small. Now, it might not be happening at this family gathering. It might just be this has happened to you in the past, and you're kind of anticipating, oh, this uncle's going to be there. This person's going to be there. This is going to happen. So if this is you, and if you have a gathering coming up with your family or something, I think you're just going to be a little bit reserved in this. You're going to be a bit quiet. It's just, you're just going to feel like that. You're just going to feel like that. You're not going to be nasty. You're not going to be rude. You're going to talk to people. It just feels like, oh, I'm just going to stay out of the way a bit. Just be a bit quiet. I'll talk, but I'm not going to be right into this. That's the kind of thing I'm getting. And I think you might be feeling like that for a while. It's kind of just that energy around you. It's a little bit like, no, I just feel like being alone. I don't feel like engaging. That's how it feels. Anyway, so the next card you have for your presence, the Four of Pentacles. So with these two Pentacle cards, obviously the Two of Pentacles is juggling, balancing, and this man's hanging on to his money. So there might be some money stress around you with these two cards together. It feels like you're a lot more in control of your money than you think you are. Because, this man in the Two of Pentacles, he looks really out of control, but he's actually got this band around his money, this infinity symbol, so it's keeping everything together. So you're more in control than you think you are, I think, or than you imagine you are. I think in your past you did have some problems around money. and maybe someone else was a key factor in those problems, because I'm seeing some clashes around money. So maybe this is someone in a past relationship that clashed with you around money. I have to say this because this is what I'm seeing. I think you're handling your finances way better than you're imagining. Your things definitely feel a lot more stable now than they were then when you're around this ex, this person. And I think it's because you're in charge now. You're in charge. Maybe you have less take-home money than you used to, but because you're in charge, you're better off because you're in control of things. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense to you. And yeah, this probably sounds a bit horrible, but I think this person who used to clash with you around money, and I think it's probably an ex, and other things as well, I think they clashed with you about. I think they're expecting you to fail without them. You haven't failed at all. You absolutely have not, if this is you. You have not at all. So part of this might just be how you're feeling, how this person used to treat you. You're not failing at all. You're doing really well. Things might not be perfect, but you're doing way better than this person gives you credit for, and you're doing better than you give yourself credit for. So, all I have to say is keep on doing whatever you're doing. You're on the right track. And again, you've got the Four of Wands. You've got the Four of Wands. So things are going to keep on getting better for you. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. The other thing here is, yeah, I think someone might be holding on to the memory of you. I'm getting this here and also in the Three of Wands. I'm going to talk about them together. They're both about waiting, holding on to things, anticipating, wanting something to happen. Now, I don't think this person's doing anything. I don't think they're saying anything to you. It just feels like someone hasn't moved on. And if you're on social media, not everyone is, but if you are, I think they're probably watching you. I don't think they're being obsessive. The Four of Pentacles can be about that. But yeah, they're just holding on. They're just waiting. It feels like they don't want to let themselves move on. It's like they could move on, but they don't want to let themselves. They don't want to stop thinking about you. Yeah, it's sad. It feels like you're not in contact. So, I don't know, you're very intuitive. So I'd be surprised if you didn't know this, or maybe you can feel this. This whole energy around this whole thing just feels really distant. So it might be that you haven't seen them for a long time, or they might be far away. It just feels really distant, but they still have feelings. They're still holding on. They're still holding on to their feelings, and they don't want to let them go. They don't want to let them go. That's what I'm getting in that card. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is, the Four of Swords. So I keep on getting this really quiet, really reserved energy around you. And that's what this card's about, being by yourself, resting. So, and I think this is probably going to carry on for a while. I'm not seeing anything like, I'm not seeing any horrible things like depression or anything like that. It's just how you're going to be feeling. It's okay. You don't feel bad. You just feel like, oh, I'm just going to just be by myself. I don't really want to engage with many people. I think you do go through these cycles, of feeling energetic, doing lots of things, and then, your energy starts to come down again, and then you're in this quiet cycle, this quiet mood, and then it starts to rise again. So it kind of goes like that. It goes with the flow of that. And yeah, I think you're really in tune to that. You're in tune to yourself. Sometimes the rest of the world doesn't realise that that's what's happening. Because when you're in one of these quiet cycles, people can be a bit like, oh, what's wrong? Why are you quiet? Are you sick? Are you sad? What's the matter? And, there's nothing wrong. You're just going with the flow of how this is. And I love that about Pisces. You're really creative, very spiritual, very in tune to yourself. You just go with the flow of this. And that's what's happening here. You're just coming into one of these cycles. And I think it's going to be a particularly long cycle for you. It's going to last a long time, this kind of quiet cycle. Very, very nice. You might just go back to home, light some candles, sit down, rest. Very, very nice. It's very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. I really like this. Okay, so the next card you have, you features the Two of Swords. Yes. Okay, I hate seeing this, especially if this is happening when you're in this quiet cycle, because you just need that peace. You don't want this around you. So just watch out for more of these pictures. You know, they might start coming up on social media again, or whatever, wherever that other picture was, if that was resonating with you. Or there might be something else that comes up around these people. Someone else might talk about them, you might hear about them, and you just don't want to hear about these people. So just be prepared that this might happen. I'm not seeing any of this being directed toward you, but it doesn't matter. They're there, and you don't want to see anything like that. You don't want to hear anything of these people. So, you know, just block, do whatever you can. You know, this woman's got a cross. She's crossed through her heart. You know, she doesn't want, she's protecting her heart. She's saying no. She doesn't want anything coming in. So block this. And, you know, you just don't want to see things like that. When you're going through this peaceful time, and you need that time. You need this time. It feels like these quiet times are a form of energy to you. So yeah, just try to minimize anything that's going to disturb that time, especially if these kind of horrible people come up again, wherever they come up. It was a shock last time. You don't want that this time. You just don't want that. Okay, so the last card you have for your futures, the King of Cups. So yeah, this is the quiet future. This whole thing in your future is just all very quiet. It looks good, actually. No drama. There's no drama around you. You're not letting any drama in, not letting any of this in. You know, this king's just sitting here. He's on his own island. He's all by himself. He's not being around any people. And you know, all this emotion, all the water's just flowing around him. He's just letting it flow around him. And it's rough as well. Some of this water's rough, especially behind him. But he's just sitting there. So everything I'm getting here for your future is just like, go away. I want peace. I want to be by myself. I need to be in this quiet mode. And it is. It's what you need. It's like air to you. You need this time. I keep on saying that because I don't think a lot of people understand that. I think it's like, oh, I've got this quiet time, and then people start bothering. Oh, you're going to be by yourself. I'll come over. And you're like, no, I don't want that. I just want to be by myself. So it's like that. And you know, also you've got whatever's coming up in the Four of Wands, study, job, whatever this is. So, you know, this is the quiet before that busier cycle, because it all comes in cycles with you. And you know how to go with the flow with this. Really, really nice.